Let's jump right into this explainer because we've got a lot of ground to cover. Today, we're breaking down the incredible intersection of wealth, fame, and the rising stars absolutely poised to take over the next era of international sports. We're looking at a completely transformed landscape right now, folks. The money is bigger, the reach is truly global, and the athletes themselves, well, they're evolving into absolute cultural titans.
So, I gotta ask, how much does it actually pay to be the absolute best athlete in the world right now? To really understand the modern sports landscape, you gotta wrap your head around the sheer scale of its economy. We're not just talking about your standard million-dollar contracts anymore. No way. We're talking about staggering, astronomical figures that completely redefine what it means to play a sport for a living. All right, to keep things moving, here is our roadmap for today. First up, the wealth of legends. Then, we'll hit the influence index, check out baseball's next generation, look ahead to the 2026 World Cups, and finally, wrap up with the road to LA 2028.
Let's dive right into Section 1, the wealth of legends, looking specifically at the billion-dollar athlete tier. Okay, just look at this number, $275 million. That is Cristiano Ronaldo's total earnings over just the past year alone. He made $225 million on the pitch and another $50 million off it. That makes him the highest paid athlete on the planet. And frankly, it's by a massively wide margin. It's actually the third best year for an active athlete ever measured by Forbes. And guys, he's 40 years old. His financial gravity is just immense. And it's not just Ronaldo. The whole threshold to join this elite club has completely skyrocketed. We literally saw a 19% jump just to make the top 50 list. I mean, you need to pull in at least $53.6 million just to squeak in at number 50. Collectively, these top athletes completely smashed the previous earnings record, raking in over $4.2 billion. And get this, over $1 billion of that came purely from their business endeavors and endorsements off the field. Which perfectly brings us to the modern megastar dynamic. Take baseball icon Shohei Ohtani. He famously deferred almost all of his Dodgers salary. So on paper, his on-field paycheck right now is just $2.5 million. That's literally less than some backup infielders. But because of his massive global appeal, the guy still earns $100 million purely from endorsements. It really shows how an athlete's brand is often vastly more lucrative than their actual playing contract. Moving right along to Section 2, the Influence Index, where we'll look at America's most influential stars. So if we look at this YouGov data, gymnastics queen Simone Biles is leading the pack with a 57% popularity score. But look right there at number 4. Rising basketball star Caitlin Clark has already surged past established billionaire legends like LeBron James. 50% for a rookie. It's an absolute testament to how quickly a new, explosive talent can just capture the nation's attention. And this is exactly why these popularity figures matter so much off the court. You see, they're no longer just athletes. They're crossover icons, entire brands that dictate fan engagement across the whole country. Whether it's Messi elevating Major League Soccer or Patrick Mahomes shaping television broadcasts, these icons completely blur the lines between sports, media, and everyday culture. All right, let's pivot a bit for Section 3, Baseball's Next Generation, where we track the new wave of MLB talent. These 5 young stars right here represent a massive generational shift. We're talking guys like Jackson Holliday with his elite infield discipline and Junior Caminero bringing that modern power slugger energy. They've been proving they're ready in spring training to face advanced pitching and become the next household names. Teams are really relying on internal development now, and these guys are aggressively pushing veterans for those opening day roster spots. They are absolutely the future of the diamond. Let's keep the international momentum going in Section 4, the 2026 World Cups setting the global stage. So under coach Mauricio Pochettino, these are the projected locks for the U.S. Men's Soccer World Cup roster. Now, what's really crucial to take away from this is that while we've got established names leading the charge, like Christian Pulisic and Weston McKennie, we also have new heroes stepping up big time. Take Matt Freese, for instance. He recently cemented his spot as the starting goalkeeper after some seriously stellar performances against powerhouse teams like Belgium and Portugal. Meanwhile, over on the 2026 USA Women's Basketball World Cup roster, we're seeing this incredible blend of seasoned veterans like Kelsey Plum and Jackie Young, teaming up with explosive new talents like Caitlin Clark, Paige Buchers, and Angel Reese. I mean, talk about a powerhouse. It is literally the perfect recipe for a dynasty. They're passing the torch while making sure they continue to completely dominate the international stage.
Finally, let's look a little further ahead in Section 5, the road to LA 2028 and the Olympic tease.
The LeBron James and Steph Curry era of basketball is rapidly, and I mean rapidly, making way for electric young leaders. Team USA is looking to 24-year-old Anthony Edwards as the absolute centerpiece of their next chapter. On the flip side, France is banking heavily on the incredible Victor Wembanyama to lead them to gold. This is the incoming guard, and they are hungry. And if you look at this timeline, it clearly maps out how these young superstars are actively building their legacies right now. Think about Canadian swimmer Summer McIntosh or France's Leon Marchand. They totally broke out in Paris, right? Well, they're using these current development cycles to prepare for total, undisputed dominance in LA. By 2028, they won't just be contenders anymore. They're going to be the veterans everyone else has to beat. Now, here is a really fun takeaway for you. The Olympic footprint is officially expanding. The NFL has actually cleared the way for flag football in 2028. This means established American gridiron stars like Super Bowl champ Jalen Hurts have expressed real excitement about stepping onto the global Olympic stage for the very first time. It is a real game changer that completely shifts the dynamic of the Summer Games.
I absolutely love how NBC Olympics puts it. The 2028 Los Angeles Games could see a true changing of the guard. The legendary billionaires are cementing their legacies, which is leaving room for rising figures like gymnastics phenom Hesley Rivera and tennis superstar Coco Gauff. And remember, they're going to be playing for redemption right in front of a home crowd. So, to wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this one provocative thought to chew on. As you watch these young stars take the field, the pitch, and the court this year, with new sports entering the Olympics and literally billions of dollars on the line, who is going to be the definitive face of the 2030s? The sports landscape is shifting right beneath our feet. The throne is wide open. Thank you so much for joining me for this deep dive. And hey, keep your eyes on these rising stars.